anybody that did know Harry, Mike, has written a eulogy for him. Harry Wheeler lived for life, proven by his extremely crampacked 96 years on earth. Born in Wimslow on the 23rd of September 1920 to his farming parents, Harry and Harriet, he could be found helping his father around the farm. He told me once that even as a child, he loved working with wood, something that would come in very handy later in life as he progressed to a long career as a master carpenter. Long before that, though, Harry entered the Royal Marines. There are so many stories of the escapades this extremely lovable man had throughout his service, but the one that made me laugh every time he told it was of a night out with his pals, his double date disaster. 2 dates with 2 girls on the same night. How did I manage that? Said Harry. It just so happened that the girls were good friends, had discussed their dates, realised that it was the same rogue, and decided to sit next to each other in the cinema, waiting patiently for Harry to show. He said in his usual droll way, I walked in the what's-her-name with my 2 pals close behind and spotted both girls together. Those 2 ladies closed ranks on me and there was no escape. I smiled, but I couldn't think of any excuse. The girls moved apart and invited me to sit between them. My pals sat behind and giggled all the way through the film. I felt as if I was in a blooming grave, but the worst thing of all, I ended up paying for all 3 seats. In 1945, he married his beloved Enid while still serving in the Marines. And when his stint was over in the Marines, he worked as a joiner, first of all for the prison service, then for Reynolds Chains and Bredbury Steelworks, to name but a few. Harry and Enid loved their dogs and were both keen gardeners, growing prize tomatoes, which were shown at many local shows. Harry liked his glass of beer and could be found at his local watering hole, Winslow British Legion, along with Enid. In 1950, Harry and Enid had a daughter, Susan, and she was the apple of their eyes. Hundreds of photographs show the 3 of them spending all of their free time together. They loved to travel and could be found holidaying mostly in Spain, Malta and Greece. Sadly, Enid passed away in 1997, followed 14 years later by the sad death of Susan, leaving Harry and their family home of 50 years. Not so much alone, you can't be alone with all those happy memories, but certainly a little emptier, let's say. Harry was an absolute joy to be around. A lover of life with a great sense of humour, generous to a fault, and a dear friend who gave the best cuddles and is already greatly missed.
They shall grow not old, as we who are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
We will remember them.